Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is Saturday, I think December 10th. I'm not 100% sure. It's 7:38 according to the stovetop time. I've been up since about 5. Buddy of mine gave me a call and got woken up by his baby, so I ended up staying awake because it was time to wake up anyways. Um, I'm a little awake because I did some yard work already. I cut a palm tree in the back. It was protruding to the neighbor's side, and we have our avocado tree, the big one. It's also protruding to the neighbor's side, but that one's a little trickier. I'm gonna have to climb it with a saw, somehow be safe, which would mean I would have to kind of harness myself somehow, and then just start trimming down the sides that are onto his side of the property, because you know, you're not supposed to have, respect each other's properties here in Pembroke Lakes. Um, since I finished outside, I wanted to come inside, wanted to cool down a little bit. It's starting to get a little warm outside. So just thought I just swept really quick. I can't vacuum because it's too early. Um, Officially, I think at 10 is when I can start vacuuming. By that time, if there's someone watching TV, I don't want to disturb them. So, the schedules are all messed up. So I got to try to make the best with what I have. So what I did was I used this little tiny thing here, a little hand brush. I used that on the floor here in the kitchen. And now I'm going to go ahead and make a new bucket, because the bucket that I have is about 3 days old. I don't like using it more than that. And I have to make some more Fabuloso because the little spray bottle that I used, it ran out. So I just want to show you guys what I do. I grab from the big old bottle that mom and dad buy, and then I fill this bottle about halfway, and then halfway water. It might be a little bit more than halfway, but you get the picture. And the reason being is because mommy, she really likes the smell of Fabuloso. When I make the bucket, all I really do is just add water to it and a little bit of bleach or Clorox, and then I rinse out the mop, just to get all of the old water off of it, and try to, just rinse it out to try to make it as clean as possible. I should essentially be putting it into the washing machine so it could wash with soap and water. So I gotta get to that one day. Anyways, I have memory now, so I can make longer videos. So I'll see you soon. Okay. I um I went outside. I cleaned the bucket and the mop. I went ahead. I added the Clorox. I already did the little part in front of the washer dryer, because our garage has there's one step that you have to take, and then there's tile. The rest of it is cement. Obviously, I think most garages here in the city are constructed like that, and I think per code, the houses have to be like about a foot higher. That's either for the plumbing or for like not draining. What is it called? Like flooding hazards. I'm not sure. I got my handy Fabuloso here, which I use to wet the floor, and then I use the wet mop to pick it up, rinse it up, and then back to the bucket. Let me see if I can find a place where I can place my trusty device so you can witness me mopping. I know it's boring, but trust me, once you have a place you can call home, cleaning is a joy. So let's see. If I put this here, let me see what I get on the other side. Let's see my hand here. Maybe I go more like this. That might be better. Who cares? Anyways, I went ahead. Let's rinse it again one more time. The mop I'm talking about. have like the Rubbermaid, the professional quality or whatever, whatever you call it, you can get them at like a wholesale club for about like, prices have gone up, but last time I remember it was like about 30 for the bucket and about like between 10 to 20 because you gotta buy the handle and the refills. It comes, I think, 3 packs of the refill. The handle might come with one single mop thing. They're detachable, just like these. You can also put those in the washing machine. But anyways, let's continue. Like I may have told you guys before, or I probably have, I do sections by sections. And I tried to pick up as much dirt as I could using this because the homeowners, my wonderful parents, our wonderful parents, Laura and Alex, if you're listening, they like to sleep in. So I like to try to get this done early because that's when I have, usually as soon as you wake, in my opinion, when you wake up, that's when you have the most energy, at least for me. As the day goes by, I start getting more tired and more tired. And then the problem is that then when mom decides to wake up, which is 10, she has to have her breakfast, get situated, she has to let the food rest, you know, because of her stomach issues or whatever. And then after that, let's say it'll be around like 12, 1 in the afternoon when she's ready to start, like, she's up and at it. She wants to start cleaning. And by that time, I'm ready to lay down and take a nap before I go pick up the princess from school at 2 p.m. I gotta leave about at least 10 to 1, you know, that way I'm not there too late. If I leave at 10 to 1, I might get there like 5 after 2. So I gotta try to leave between like quarter to 1 and 10 to 1 the latest. Now, unfortunately, as I'm mopping, I am seeing pieces of dirt that I did not pick up with the trusty little mop handle. Let me pick one up here with my hand. It's big enough. I tried the best I could, but even when you vacuum, you still miss stuff anyway. So it's not gonna be perfect, but at least the floor, due to the fact that I added bleach, the floor gets disinfected a little bit. The fabuloso just makes the house smell nicer. And from my experience, you know, when things are well taken care of and people show pride in their stuff, it usually it brings good vibes. Trae buena ondas, como dicen mis amigos allá en Colombia. So this is definitely something that anybody can do. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And like I said, it really is joyful. It truly is. I truly enjoy doing this. I would trade it for a job, but the problem with working for corporations is, one, they don't want to hire me, either because of my age or probably my background, which is in the past, but people get fixated on that and they want somebody that's squeaky clean. So they the only way I could possibly see myself getting beyond that is becoming born again and start creating a new sense of like a fellowship of people where I can make new connections, which I don't mind doing. I just always had this thing that I never liked to go to services alone. I always wanted to go with somebody. When I visited Barranquilla when I was in my 20s, for about a decade, I spent about, let's say, I spent half of my 20s there, give or take. I would go to church every Sunday with my grandma, just about, I think. I remember one time when I went and it was a surprise visit. I didn't tell her that I was going, and what I ended up doing was I followed her to church, or I sat in like a little place. It was like a little I think bakery slash, a little not convenience store, but they had like drinks and whatever. I sat there incognito so she wouldn't notice me. She's an older lady. Back then she was about I like to say 99, 2001. So this was approximately 16 to 18 years before that. So 99 minus 16 minus 18. You guys do the math. I'm not here to do math. I'm here to shoot this vid. Alright, let's find another spot while I drop them off. Alright, let's see right here. I don't know how good this will catch it, but we don't have much of the kitchen left. Oh, and by the way, right now there is no traffic since it's so early. It's 8 a.m. already. Gosh, geez darn it. But turn on the fan. That helps it so the floor dries. And when you're finished mopping, there's going to be less likely someone going to be stepping on it and not ruining what you did, because you can always go over it again as long as you have the mop still out. But it helps it dry faster. So when people do come, and it's also it'll be less likely of a cause for an accident. So when it comes, as you get older, I know nobody wants to hear this, but you have to think about your balance. You have to think about what is it called? Like father won't admit to any of this because in his mind he's young, which is good for him. But you do have to take things serious. At least I have. I've been trying to. I've been taking my not just my mental health medication, but I've also been taking medications for well, I'll just say it. You could almost probably find it if you're good enough on the internet. I've been taking medication for hypertension, which allegedly some people call it a silent killer, but I think that's just so that they can hype it up to make it more than what it is. In my opinion, if you feel healthy, that should be the number one sign. But if for any reason you think you have, oops, I dropped them off. Let me make sure I'm still recording. This is gonna be a long video. If for any reason you feel you might have like a little problem, go see your GP or whatever it's called, your PCP. A lot of names for them. And if you have insurance, unfortunately, not everybody has insurance. And that's the place where we live in, Pembroke Pines, Florida, which is in Broward County. And we have a lot of people who are uninsured, me being one of them. This month, I'm not gonna, it seems likely that I'm not gonna meet my quota just for my my medical bill. So, heaven willing, it'll work out. Something will happen. So, let's not worry about that right now. Let's continue our mopping. I don't have another place to put the camera, so I'm just gonna finish this one little spot right here in front of the refrigerator always gets dirty. And I'll go out a tile further because I see a stain right there, which is bugging me. And then after that, I'll leave the rest of the house for later maybe. The bucket I just made today, so it's clean. And then let me see if I shoot another scene to this video today, which I am going to have to because I'm not ready to say goodbye to this camera. I want to record myself some more, especially since I just cut my hair. I'm not wearing a baseball cap. I got trimmed it down. Number one, if anyone's wondering, on the whatever, the little extension. Okay, I'm thinking of doing the family room next. So I'm just gonna show you guys the infamous sweeper. I usually go wherever I see a piece of dirt. Doesn't necessarily mean I get all of it. There'll be a lot that I miss. But at least I get the major ones, the big ones, so that it does not dirty the mop too much and the water. And I can, and if I don't mop the whole house, I will leave the water for like another day, maybe two. If all I did was just mop a single room, I think that permits me to use the water the following day to mop another room. But now, if I were to mop the whole house at once, yeah, definitely change the water. Because obviously you're doing a lot more work with that water and cleaning a lot more dirt and filth. Okay, so I went over it rather quickly. Let me see if I can show you guys without. Alright. I normally vacuum daily, obviously, of course. And so it did not that much dirt. Let's see if you can see the light. It's just a small area. This is where we've been watching the World Cup, which, by the way, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself because it's just a game. It doesn't matter. But this right here. Penalties. They won by penalty, so their goalkeeper kept them in the World Cup, and that's it. Well, no, they did score a goal, and on the, what was it? I forget which game. Was their game where they scored the goal? They had 10 minutes of aggregate, and they scored it on the 11th minute of aggregate. Was that the Croatia Brazil? It was just this whole World Cup, one, with the whole Qatar mess, and two, with the way that a lot of fouls have been called, a lot of fouls that lead to free kicks, and the penalties have, there might have been one or two that were doubtful. Of course, referees are going to make mistakes. They're humans. That's why we got the video assisted referee now. But still, nonetheless. But anyways, let's forget about that. Let's focus instead on right here. They won 4-3. And this is a very strong team. They always have been. Dad was telling me that their style of playing is what is now the norm. That before, there was a gentleman, I think, that traveled to Barcelona and took that style over there, and they celebrate him every year. But nonetheless, before that, like, the defense would stay back where they belong. People would stay in their respective places. You wouldn't have players move around the field and create plays and create, everything, like set the game into a motion where it's almost unpredictable where a player is going to be from one moment to the next, which is couldn't imagine how soccer was before that. But anyways, today in approximately, well, I don't know. Oh, I said it was 8 o'clock, so in approximately 2 hours, we got this game, home of Casablanca, Morocco, versus Portugal, home of Porto, which I think is a bad capital. I don't know. Portugal is an interesting country, but nonetheless, they made it to the quarterfinals, and whomever wins this game is gonna play against this game. This is the 2 p.m. game, 1400 hours. England versus France. Now that right there, that's a good. That's the finals. You know, well, most of these games right now are pretty much finals on the moment. All the game, all the players, and all the teams that are playing right now are at such high levels that every single game you watch is just like you're watching a final. You know. All right, let me finish with this little broom. Let me go put it uh clear the dustpan. Beautiful. Let's see where this goes. Okay. Well, I'll find out. I wanted to shoot this vid a little in between the scenes with my little babies here. I mopped the Florida room, or whatever they call it, family room. It's not a dining room. It's not a living room. These single family homes have, for the most part, depending where you live, they tend to have an extra room. In other cities, like our neighboring city, it's the houses are actually kind of smaller, which I prefer because it's less to clean. But anyways, let me pause this video because I gotta get back to something real quick. I'll be back to you guys in a minute. Okay, people, I'm back. Even though you can't see me just yet. So, I wanted to take a video with my babies. We got the 9-month-old. I'm gonna stop calling her 8. She graduated. I'm gonna call in this one October 22nd, only because that's the day that we planted it. This one is one little trunk starting to come out. This one's like the, what do you call it? The spur of the litter, or the you know, like the little one that comes out, because it did have roots when we were germinating it inside in the kitchen, but so mom decided to go ahead and plant it out here. I watered them this morning approximately at 7 a.m. Right after I finished, I also trimmed this palm tree on the back that was going towards the neighbors on the east side of our house. The avocado tree is intruding into the neighbor on the west side of our house, which that's going to be more of a difficult job for me because I do not have a ladder that goes up that high. If I did, I would also have to ask permission if I could put it on his side so that I could climb up and essentially cut the branches, and as they start falling down, take them off his property. So what I'm gonna have to try to do is try to find a way to climb the tree on my own. Ideally, for safety reasons, I should use some kind of harness, something to at least tie myself around, so in case anything happens, I slip or a branch breaks. You know, I underestimate the strength of a branch and it breaks underneath me. I have something that at least can support me momentarily while I try to, you know, grab onto something and not fall to the ground. Because as I've shown you in videos, that tree is rather tall. And again, that tree is a product of these little babies right here, just with maybe like 20 years of growing, maybe more. I don't know. A buddy of mine told me that he one time when he was younger he planted a mango seed, and everybody was ranking on him saying that, oh, it's not gonna grow. And then 12 years passed, and sure enough, he had enough fruit that he couldn't even give it away. He had too much for him to consume, and then he had so much that he couldn't even give enough of it away. So, little similar to what happened to us this time when the avocado gave fruit, because like I mentioned, it gave about I'm saying 60. That's the number I've been throwing around. Could be more, could be less, but it was a lot. And definitely the fact that the tree was trimmed last year because of the neighbor, he didn't want it to be um, he didn't want it to be on his property, which is understandable. We had to trim it, and also we had to trim it so that it would not protrude on top of our roof, because if a branch hits a roof with enough time, it could actually cause a hole on the roof, with the wind, the rain, the corrosion from the water, in combination with the tree rubbing up against the roof, it will cause literally a hole on top of your roof, which happened to us, and we had to come and get someone to fix it. And at one moment, we actually had a rodent infestation problem where we had to seal all the holes that went up to anything that went in towards like the area above the ceiling, but below the roof. And yeah, that's about it. Let me continue on to this day, and I don't know if there's anything else that I want to say, so I just end the day on a good note. Say thank you for watching. I hope everybody has a wonderful Saturday today. And just remember, some things that people perceive to be like tedious or chore-like, they can actually be something that you can turn into something you enjoy, or at least it's almost like Mary Poppins. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. I hope that's not so copywritten that I can't say it. But it is true, just find a way that you enjoy doing it, and trust me, it's a lot, you get joy out of it, and it's just the pride that you get from having your place clean, and also the saying that they say, cleanliness is godliness. Mariah, if you watch this, I miss you. I know you've only been gone overnight, but I still miss you. I sent you a message. I don't know if you got Wi-Fi where you are. I got you your ice cream yesterday. Laura, Alex, hi. Hope you guys are doing okay. I want to ask you guys a really humbling question, because as you know, this month was hard on me, but I'm afraid to ask because I never wanted to ever to ask for your help in my life. But at this point, due to the fact that it has to do with my actual health, I almost feel like I have no other option. And I don't want mom to carry the burden, or at least all of it. I mean, I already paid her back just about everything I made. I told her that, except for once. One time I did keep the money. I told her that already too. But anyways, I'm getting into my personal life. That's enough for me to share with all of you guys, whomever's listening, whomever's watching. If you watched to the end, you're a legend. I appreciate it. Thank you. And thanks for everybody for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great morning.